1977 was a very interesting year in the video game industry. It was a time when the industry began to take its shape and form, a year when home consoles, computers, and arcade games all made significant strides, helping to carve the gaming landscape we recognize today. So, what major gaming events did take place in 1977? For starters, Atari 2600 was introduced into the US market in September of 77. About a year later, it was released in Europe. It was a revolutionary step forward in the world of home consoles. Not only did it offer a unique opportunity to experience a wide variety of games in the comfort of one's living room, but it popularized microprocessor-based hardware and games stored on swappable ROM cartridges. A format first used was the Fairchild Channel F in 1976. Before the arrival of the Atari 2600 and Channel F, each game required its own machine. A good example would be the Magnavox Odyssey. Among the 9 games launched with the Atari 2600, Combat and Air Sea Battle stood out as groundbreaking titles, offering unique competitive gameplay in a multiplayer format. Combat offered players a range of modes to engage in, from tank to plane battles, all showcasing the versatility of the console. Air Sea Battle, on the other hand, provided rapid-fire, competitive rounds of shooting games, hinting at the kind of frantic fun that future multiplayer games would offer. Meanwhile, Channel F was released in Japan. It was the first console to use ROM cartridges. Next, we have the RCA Studio 2, released in 1977. The Studio 2 was a unique console that did not have joysticks or normal game controllers, but instead used two 10-button keypads that were built into the console itself. The console was capable of making simple beep sounds with slight variations in tone and lengths. The Studio 2 included 5 built-in games. Unfortunately, the console didn't do well in sales since the Studio 2 was up against the Channel F and the Atari 2600. The console discontinued only after 1 year. Another area in the market that was changing the landscape of gaming is home computing. The launch of the Apple II, which was released in June of 1977 by Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs. The device was simply an 8-bit home computer and one of the world's first highly successful mass-produced microcomputer products on the market. It was Apple's first launch of a personal computer aimed at the consumer market. The main target audience was American households rather than businessmen or computer hobbyists. The Apple II was an immediate game changer, offering a platform that would eventually become home to some of the most iconic games of all time, like Choplifter, Lode Runner, and Spy Hunter, just to name a few. Simultaneously, the arcade scene was evolving. Titles like Space Wars and Boot Hill became popular, introducing gameplay mechanics and themes that would continue to explore in subsequent years. Space Wars, a game based on a prior computer title, brought innovative gameplay elements such as physics-based movement to the forefront, while Boot Hill took the Wild West theme from the 1975's gunfight to new levels of interactivity with improved graphics and gameplay. The far-reaching effects of the gaming developments in 1977 were not confined to the Western world. In Japan, the ASCII Corporation, a company that would later become a juggernaut in the gaming industry with the introduction of the MSX home computer, was founded on May 24, 1977. Even though ASCII major contributions to the gaming were yet to come, the foundation of this company was a critical event in 1977, helping shape the Japanese gaming industry's future. On the software side, the seeds of narrative-driven gaming were beginning to spread. While it was not commercially available until later part of the 70s, the creation of Zork, a text-based adventure game, was a pivotal development in gaming history. While seemingly rudimentary by today's standards, Zork and other text-based games were the forerunners of today's richly detailed and complex narrative-driven games. Reflecting on the landmark year of 1977, the magnitude of its contribution to the gaming industry becomes noticeable. The Atari 2600 set the stage for future home consoles. The Apple II revolutionized home computing and gaming, and arcade games continued to captivate players, spurring continued innovation. New companies were born, setting the stage for a broader and more global gaming market. These advancements not only changed the way we played games, but also altered the way we thought about entertainment. The seeds planted in 1977 grew into the video game industry we know today. a multi-billion-dollar industry that offers escapism, education, and engagement across a multitude of platforms. To summarize, the year 1977 was nothing short of a transformative year for the video game industry, from home consoles and computers to arcade machines and game development. The innovations and advancements made during the year laid the foundation for future generation of games and gamers. As we delve into the interactive worlds of today, we do so standing on the shoulders of giants born in the year 1977. As always, thanks for watching.